Okay, so this is an interesting question. Find the coefficient of x to the negative 6. Okay, so the same again, you know, this first guy is a. This first guy is a, and the second guy is b. Okay, so we're going to use that kind of idea. A powered up, b powered up, and then some kind of binomial coefficient from Pascal's triangle. And we're going to use this in two different ways. Okay, we're going to do the fluffy cloud technique first, so let's go for it. 2x first, that's powered up. And then negative 3 over x squared, and that's powered up. And then the coefficient will be 12, choose cloud, right? Okay, now the formula method, we're going to just write down the general term. The general term, can you see? It's NCR. Now these are two different ways of writing the same thing. On the calculator it's like this, NCR, then you open a bracket and you put in your numbers. Okay, so that's just the number from Pascal's triangle. So NCR, A to the n minus r times b to the r. Okay, so we're going to just hold that on that side for the moment. We'll come back to that and we will use that for our second attempt. Okay, so now let's go back to the fluffy cloud. Eventually, right, we want the term in x to the negative 6. Now the term in x to the negative 6 means that this will be 1 over x to the 6. So we actually need an x to the 6 to appear overall in the denominator. Okay, now currently you can probably see that when we power up this x here, that will be in the numerator, and when we power up this x squared here, that will be in the denominator, so there'll be some cancelling out. Okay, so we need to think about how might that cancel out, and don't forget these two clouds must add up to give 12 here. Okay, so we'll just play, right? It looks like we need to get a power of 6 here. Yeah, so what if we put 3 at the top and we just had a best guess? So if we put 3 here, that would mean we had to put 9 here. But look what would happen. This would give us an x to the 9 on the numerator, and can you see that this guy here, x squared to the 3, would give us an x to the 6 in the denominator, and that overall would be an x to the 3. Okay, so we've just got way too much in the numerator. Okay, so we pretty much need to think about increasing the second exponent. So let's jump up to 6 here and 6 here. Oh, I think we've done it, right? Because this guy will be x to the 6, and then this will be x squared to the 6, so that'll be x to the 12. So wouldn't that be x to the 6, and this be x to the 12? And 6 subtract 12 is negative 6. So we've kind of got it from guess and check. Okay, and it doesn't take too long. I mean, once you get experience with the guess and check, you can actually get there quite quickly, right? So guess and check says 6, 6, and then this first number here is 6, and then we go ahead to kind of expand that and then tidy it up. Okay, so let's use the second method. Now we will tidy up in a moment, right? So we just want to see what the final answer is. Now this one here, okay, so just let's replace everything that we know. So the a is the 2x, the n is 12, so 12 minus r, the b is negative 3 over x squared, and the power here is r, and then here is 12, choose r. Okay, now we'll carry on with this one on the right now. I'm going to put this in brackets here, this exponent. I'm going to leave the 12r here. And now this is 2 to the 12 minus r times x to the 12 minus r. Okay, and times by negative 3 to the r. And then just be careful here, this is times by 1 over x squared to the r. Let's just put all the numbers together, because it's all multiplication, so we can just multiply in any order. And then we will put the x's together. So 12, choose r. This is 2 to the 12 minus r, times by negative 3 to the r, times by x to the 12 minus r, times by 1 over x squared to the r. Okay, now I'm just going to look at only the variable x here. I'm going to have a little tidy that up. So this is, we've got x to the 12 minus r, and then this is times by 1 over x squared all to the r. So that's just going to be divided by x to the 2r. Okay, now we need that to be identical to x to the negative 6. So now you need to think about what you know about combining indices. Okay, and we should get very quickly that x to the 12 minus r divided by x to the 2r, we subtract the indices. So you should have x to the 12 minus r minus 2r, and that has to be identical to x to the minus 6. So can you see that the exponents here and here got a match? And that leads us to a simple equation to solve, if you like, this method. 12 minus 3r equals to negative 6. Notice I've changed from the identity sign, 3 arrows, 3 lines, to the equals. Here there's only going to be one solution. Here, this is identical for all values of x. Now down here, let's finish it off. We've got 3r is equal to 18, so therefore r equals to 6. Okay, so you have a choice. Just look at the two methods. On the left, the fluffy cloud technique, guess and check. On the right, the formula method. Well, again, you know, both methods have their merits, and those of you who like formulas, then formula method. Those who like to see how things fit together, a bit of guess and check. And it's kind of educated guess and check, right? Because those numbers have got to make it work. And if you guess the wrong numbers, you can try again. So, once you get the r equals 6 down here, on this side, you just go back up to here, and you just sub it in every time you see r. Okay? But essentially you just get this same equation on the left. So I'm just going to finish this off. Right. Now on my calculator, again, because this is quite a big number, 12 choose 6, I've got 924, and then this is times 2 to the 6 times x to the 6 times negative 3 to the 6, and then divided by x to the 12. Okay, and we know this is going to give us x to the negative 6 overall, and I am just going to reach for my calculator, and I'm just going to crunch this out. 924 times by 2 to the 6 times by negative 3 to the 6. I didn't put in the brackets for the negative 3. It's a common mistake. Okay, let's just try that again. 924 times 2 to the 6 times by negative 3 to the power of 6. And I've got this, very large number coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 43 million. So 43,110,144. Yeah, I think that might be okay. We'll see. Okay, so there's your two different methods, fluffy cloud technique versus formula.